Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I am flat. I have not taken any trades so far. I'm a little tired, so I did miss one trade that would have been a win, but moving a little too fast for my liking at the moment. I'm also trying out a new order flow indicator where I can actually see the raw buy and sell volume. There was another indicator that I was using to backtest with, but unfortunately it does not work in real time because you have to turn tick replay data on, and when you do that it messes up the Renko chart, so I can't use it. So I'm doing a free trial on a different one that's more expensive, but it does have way more bells and whistles. So yeah, if I can make it work, then I'll just end up getting it next week. Girl, bad. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? Silly. But yeah, so it's kind of where we're at right now. I'm gonna have to kind of get used to seeing the data this way. Who are you and what is your trading philosophy? Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? I'm Keamber Trades. I ain't got no trading philosophy. I just press buttons. No. But yeah, so I'm trying out the Trade Devils order flow indicator. I had like a little epiphany over the weekend. Like, what if I need to see the raw buy and sell volume and not just the delta? Because delta doesn't really tell the full story. But unfortunately, the order flow indicator that I use from Ninja does not have, you know how like most footprint charts come with like the footprint table summary that you can see at the bottom where you can see the buy and sell volume and all that stuff. I don't have that ability on that indicator. So I'm trying this one out, and yeah, this one has it. This one actually has everything else that I need to, but there's a lot that you can do with this one, and it's a lot. It's a lot. 23. So yeah, we're gonna see if I like it. We're gonna see if I like it. Don't like that. But it's gonna take some getting used to. I gotta figure out how to code the coloring for this. That would be nice. Yeah, if I can color the table, we'll be all good here. So this is what I mean. Like, I'm looking at the raw buy and sell volume, and I think that's what I need to like completely simplify this, but we'll see. Now it's just more, I could take the volume and the trades off. I don't really need that, especially because I have the volume indicator down below. But I just wanted to kind of like try something out a little bit. But yeah, it's just gonna take some getting used to. Yeah, if I can just color code that, that would be amazeballs. Girl, what is he over there doing? You know I'm gonna watch the replay later. What is he doing? All right, we are at the value area high right now, which, oh, that's another cool thing about this indicator. It does show me the value area high and low. I think I still will use a combination of the two order flow indicators though, because I kind of like the way that this one looks over the other one, the new one, but the new one I do like the table summary that I can have. What? Girl, no, he is not. Stop. He is not. 297. It's kind of pointless to take the buy here, even if it sets up, because the value area high is literally right above it, like 6 ticks above it. We also have the major pivot level at 72.25. He was doing much better last week. He wasn't, wait, did he stream? Oh, yeah, he did. I was about to say, did he stream last week? But he did, I remember. That ain't what I'm looking for. I would have preferred if we came up and touched the current open and then popped down from there, but we did not. Damn, how are we gonna drop? Good morning, New. How are you this morning? He did the daily wrap-ups all last week? Girl, I don't remember nothing. 65. Good morning, New. Do I want to? It's kind of close. Okay, now that's a little bit better. It's out 111. Positive delta. I can't get what I want. I was hoping we rotated up right there, but we didn't, so. When in control is at 9:45. Good morning, Timbo. How are you this morning? What the hell? Too close to VWAP right there. Oh shoot, I would have been so mad if I took a trade and it was on my sim account. I'm only trading the Tradify account today. Pretty sure. And I didn't get the second account yet, the one for 50% off. The sale ends on the 15th of the month, so I kind of rather play around with the raw bid ask volume this week and then just go ahead and get the other account next Sunday because I'm not in a rush at all. It's too close. Where this bar would close and where the VWAP is way too close. I have to break even at some point. Two, 4, about 28. Oh my goodness. Please. Police. So annoying. I would have took that sell too, but VWAP was right there and it looks like I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Can't even be mad. We break 40-50, we'll be in the downtrend. We're at the point of control right now. It's a 5 minute. Oh my god. 5 minute looks so nasty. That looks terrible. $500. Not another one purple back. Just broke through the value area low. Oh, does that mean we're pushing new lows? It does. Oh, yuck. I need 2 more swings and then I could look for a buy. Or a sell. Just look for a trade period. $1,000. Back to an uptrend. The wicks on the 5-minute chart looks so crazy. 1, 2, need 1 more swing. The 1-minute chart doesn't look that bad though. Started off all wick for at least 3 minutes. That's crazy. 198. Well, that fucked up my sell. It's so choppy. A lot of the moves on the Renko chart have just been like reverse, big move, reverse, big move, reverse, even bigger move. It's just like bouncing though. Is that what you primarily use, Amelia, the 3-minute chart? Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? When it controls still at 9:45:25. So I gotta be careful around there. Use the 5-minute. Got you. Oh, I'm slow. I didn't see the 5-minute part. My bad. I'm still a little tired. Okay. Dropping too much. This is a 6-tick difference. 14. Got to break even. All right. I was kind of scared to take that because there was like a 6 tick difference between the close of the bar and I would need to break even right there at the buy rotation level. But we pushed right on through. Pushed right on through. We're trading at yesterday, Friday's point of control. Yes, this is Friday's point of control. At 9:30. So I'm kind of trying to be careful around here. You're cool, little green. One trade in the first 5 minutes. Got you, got you. I was just watching the candle form. It took minutes into the open to get to the body. I got you. No. It's not your typing, I promise. I was just speed reading. And I'm sleepy, so speed reading and being sleepy doesn't really work well together. Definitely skipped over an important part. I'm gonna get some water real quick because this is ugly anyway. Good morning, ladies. All right, I'm back. Sorry. I'm gonna count this as one more pullback. After I take a nap today, I am gonna play around with this order flow indicator though, because it's a lot more like customizing I can do with it. If I can make like the delta and everything else look like the indicator I use currently, then I'll just take the other one off. But we'll see. I just gotta play around with the coding for the table so I can color code the buy and sell volume parts. We're looking to short under 890. Let's see, where's 890? So after we hit some new lows, we're about to get a little scalpy. You know, I love the scalps. People in the afternoon uses their indicators. Okay, I'll check them out. Because there's another one that I have that I've tried and I don't really like. Because it doesn't work well with Renkos. That's the other problem. Like, a lot of order flow tools do not work with Renkos. Like, you'll put it on a Renko chart and literally nothing shows up. But this one, this is the one that I tried like back in March. I tried it back in March and I just felt like it was kind of, I got a little information overload a little bit initially, just because it's a lot that you can do with this indicator. That's why I kind of took everything off. Because the other order flow indicator is very simplified. 1, 2, 3. But it's so simple that I don't have a footprint table, which is what I need. So I'll show you if I can. So the other thing that I was using to see the buy and sell volume, like the raw volume versus just the delta, like I said, it works on tick replay. Hello. It works on tick replay data, which does not work well when you're like currently trading. It's not gonna work properly. So that's why I had to try to find a different indicator that can show me the raw data, because it kind of looks like the up down indicator, except, you know, in the data box, I can see the actual number of the buy and sell volume. And then obviously, you know, where the red is where the bid color is. And then how far the green go up is the ask color. So I thought that that was going to work just fine until I tried it when the market was actually going, and it doesn't work. Basically, it just keeps painting the number 1 each time a bar closes, which obviously is not correct. And I realized it was because I need tick replay data, but you can't do that on Renkos. When you turn tick replay data on Renkos, it'll show like that the current swing is like 100 ticks long right now. It's just stupid. 1, 2, 3, 518. So I gotta play around with some stuff, see what I like best, and just kind of go from there. I am gonna try to be careful around here though. I've never looked at the value area highs and lows and stuff. I have no idea. If that affects anything. 26. Oh, see, not sure about Renko. Yeah, a lot of them don't. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? I'm gonna check them out though. I pulled up the website. Yeah, that's the only thing. And then so one thing I do like about Trade Devils is I like the fact that they give you a 7-day free trial on whatever indicator you want. Even like their auto traders, you can get a 7-day free trial. And I like that. I like the fact that you can try before you buy. So it's kind of hard for me to look at certain vendors just because like I don't, especially with how expensive certain things are, especially when it comes to order flow tools. Like I don't want to spend all that money and then I don't need it or it doesn't do what I want it to, you know what I mean? Is that what we changed to a buy? It is. I forgot we were even in that zone. My goodness. It was a pretty hefty drop for us to not break down there. 288, 27. And I've been toying with how I want to treat the point of control. I don't think I want to treat the point of control as if it's a level at all, as far as like me entering trades. Now, if I'm in a trade and I'm nearing the point of control, I'm gonna break even or take profit there. Still going back and forth if I want to just move my stop loss to break even or move my take profit to whatever level I would need to break even at. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to use that as anything for now. The 900 is holding up. Yeah. Where did we bounce up from? 905.50. That was the prior close. That's also where I thought we were going to change to a downtrend, but we bounced up pretty high. What, 100 ticks almost from there? Yeah, exactly. Most people do not give a free trial. And then even after the free trial, if you don't like the indicator, they'll let you exchange it within 7 days for another indicator of same or equal or less value, which is cool too. And like if you do a 7-day trial and you still feel like you didn't have enough time to like play around with the indicator and stuff like that, you can actually request for them to extend it. Actually, remember the trading journal that I used to use way back when I first started, where it like automatically imported my trades into the trade journal and it also automatically screenshot my charts and sent and like attached it to each journal entry? The guy who owned that trading journal actually helps create and manage the indicators at Trade Devils. And I'm still salty that he shut the journal down. Still salty. Applejacks, the market's whack. It is. It definitely is. So that's technically 291. All right, see now on their indicator, the point of control moved down to yesterday's point of control basically, but on the one that I currently normally use, it's still up at 945, which is very interesting. 55 is out to 20, 22. I would rotate this back over. I did not expect us to push up there. Thought we were gonna rotate down right here and try to go test the point of control, but yeah, he did abandon me and I'm still pissed about it. But I told y'all I'm gonna try to get rich and buy it from him. Because I love that indicator. I did not really like the like if he would have just updated the interface, you know, when you log in online and stuff to make it look a little similar to TradeZella or something like that. Like, girl, listen. Listen. Listen here. That would have been glitch. But it didn't look bad at all. It was just like, oh, this is a little dated. But for everything that I got from it, oh, it was so worth it. So worth it. I don't think we got enough steam to push. I have my take profit right beyond the VWAP, so I don't know if we'll push through it. Well, we pushed through it. That came like 2-3 ticks from stopping me out. All right. 73. Yeah, boy, I'm ready. Oh, you'll be ready to clown tomorrow. Okay, okay, okay. Trenches, are you still here? Have fun, Applejacks. See you tomorrow. $173. But yeah, if I can, I'm gonna try to finish. I didn't finish the full back test anyway, but um, I stopped short of all the data for the divergences. Like I didn't do April 7th, which is where most of my, I didn't convert that data, which is where most of my data comes from. But I have a feeling that I'm gonna like this a lot better because it's less to really. There's still gonna be that little curve of trying to remember stuff, but I feel like this is gonna be a lot easier for me to remember things. All right. Ooh, nice, new. Nice, nice. Okay, so I know Amelia doesn't, Janelle doesn't, Applejack doesn't. New, Trenches, and Paul, do either of you guys still trade with Apex? I feel like New, you told me that you did, but I just want to make sure. And if you guys do, what account size do you normally use? Okay, you don't. You got one eval you're working on now. Paul, do you trade with Apex? All right, I'm asking because I was given 2 of the PAs to give away, and I want to make sure that I'm gonna give one of them away tomorrow. And I'm gonna try to find a way where I can like mods can get multiple entries or something. I gotta figure out how to do that. But yeah, that's why I'm asking. Timbo might. All right, I have to ask. You normally trade at 50K, 25. This one and get 4 more. Okay, because they're giving me 2 accounts, and I can choose either both of them to be 50Ks, both to be 100s, or one or the other. So I guess whoever wins, I can just ask them which one they would prefer. But yeah, it's gonna be a PA, not an eval. No fee for it. Got one more pullback to wait for. What happened, Amelia? 1, 2, 3. 213. Oh yeah, the free Apex PA. Yeah, I'm excited. I was like, huh, what? Me? Are you sure? And I've never, I don't know. I mean, I don't go into everybody's streams, but I've always seen people give away evals, but I've never seen people give away PAs. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, I've seen in that one Discord. I've always seen people win the TPT accounts as giveaways, and they're like, hey, they're asking me to pay an activation fee. It's like, yeah. It's best evals I'm gonna use 1 or 2 micros from now on. At least until you get your feet wet. I don't think that's a problem at all. I'm hoping that TPT keeps the 40% discount at least until like Sunday night. Because like I said, depending on how this week goes, I am going to I'm gonna pick up another Tradeify account Sunday no matter what, just because I mean 50% off for that one account, you can't beat that. And then I wouldn't mind starting another TPT eval, because if I have pretty good confidence going into next week, I'm gonna trade more, like trade my PAs and stuff. I'm gonna keep trading the 25K unless we bust it or we get to a payout. And then you know, my main priority is getting my TPT accounts to pay out, because that's daily payouts. You can't beat that. You know what I mean? So I would like to start working on an eval to have it, you know, in my back pocket just in case something happens to the PA. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I wonder why. I wonder if the point of control up there didn't move on my old order flow indicator, because it uses up down tick, and up down tick is different than bid ask data. I wonder. You trade micros until you build a buffer. That's crazy. That second trade that I took would have had the full TP, but I set the take profit right behind the VWAP, and that's kind of why I rather, like, I'm still toying between, all right, do I want to set my stop loss to break even once it hits the level? Do I want to just TP there? I'm still not all the way sure. Because what I don't want to happen is, like, it hits a level so quickly and bounces before I can move the stop loss to break even. But then I wonder, like, how much profit am I missing out on by not just breaking even at the level, especially if it's like, you know, 6 to 10 ticks away. I'd rather take that than a break even. Don't know. I don't know. Blowing too many PAs before payout. Yeah. It's a lot of one bar pullbacks today, which is crappy. Also, usually when there's more one bar pullbacks, then I know we're kind of choppy. All right, 1, 2. One more reversal. Wait, where are we at right now? Downtrend. That's where we changed to a downtrend. Okay. Paul, you are not the only one at all. You know how many people I've seen, like, oh, I could have just flipped my last 2 days, but went full force. You got your first payout trade in 2 micros? Wow. Nice. So, new with your Top Step account, are you just like, hey, if I get the 5 days of $200, I'm taking my half and I'm keeping it moving? Or, like, are you building a buffer and only taking a certain amount every time? How are you doing your account over there? I'm still salty about them getting rid of Trade of 8 and Rhythmic. 13. No, don't close. Need the point of control to move. Ugh. My God. Just want to take a trade. Point of control almost moved where I needed it to. Patience, my child, patience. That's gotta be, maybe not. He traded the account and blew the account. Because why you can't be patient? I mean, I understand why some people continue to trade, especially because, like with Buellinox, for instance, you know, by the time when you put in your request, by the time you get approved and all that other stuff, I think Alpine always says how, like, basically with Buellinox, you can only get a payout like 3 times every 2 months or something. So, you know, when you look at it like that, I understand why people try to continue to trade, or like one of the new prop firms, you request over the weekend, but they have up until the following Friday or the upcoming Friday to approve you. So they're saying that you can get weekly payouts, but if you decide not to trade your accounts while you're waiting for approval, you technically can only get a payout every 2 weeks. Because if you put in the request on, let's say, Friday night or Saturday, and you don't get approved to the following Friday, well, then you just lost a whole week of trading, you know? So I get it from that aspect. But ain't no way I'm finna unpay myself to that. Like, no, that's extreme. Took half the first payout. The second one, you built it up a little more. Got you. He passes 20 Apex PK. He only used 1 micro, and the goal was 500 per month. Took him almost 6 months to get a payout, but he was getting 10K per month. That's not bad. Because if it takes you a while to get the first payout, but then you've built up a buffer to a certain extent, like you could do pretty much the bare minimum each and every pay cycle. Like all you got to do is make however much you took out just to replace it, and you could, that's not much at all. So it makes sense. Yeah, it's definitely possible. I always fussing at each other, child. All right, that should have cleared. Nope, it did not. It's created a double top though. I don't really know if I want to trade that. I only got a couple minutes left anyway. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play around with coding the colors of this thing. It'll make it so much easier to see stuff. Because my goodness. 5, 83. Could have bought more accounts and traded them. He wasn't maxed out. Oh yeah, that's even crazier. unless he's just trying to be careful with, how much he's spending on props and stuff like that. I mean, maybe I get it, but I mean, buy a damn eval and just trade it. Shit, even if it's just one, like, why unpay yourself like that? Like you say, if he's not maxed out, that was just not smart. I've always wanted 50 a day and to take a payout once a month on 5 to 10 accounts. This is the craziest thing. I understand why all of us, there's always something in us that wants to go for max payout every single time. We're trying to get the money, get in and get out kind of thing. But when you really think about it, even if you're not maxed out, let's say at Apex, let's say you have 5 to 10 at Apex, you have 5 at TPT, you got 5 at Top Step, you have 5 at Tradeify, you have um 3 at My Funded Futures, because I don't know if they started the max of 5 yet. Making $200, let's say $200 to $300 a day across all of those accounts, taking out the payouts when you reach payout, and taking out the max each time, but still leaving yourself at least a little bit of wiggle room, you can make so much money. Now, obviously, depending on your trading style, that could be $200 to $300 could be a lot. But I even think, like, from my standpoint, and this was one of the reasons why I told myself, like, I don't care if it takes me 2 or 3 years to master scalping the way I want to, it's going to be so worth it. Because, all right, when the volatility is low like this, right? I'm trading on a 16 tick chart, which means I'm going for 18 ticks, take profit each time. That's $90. So if I just want to make $250 per day, that just means I need to be plus basically about 3 trades each day. Now, sometimes I'm not going to get 3 trades in a day, but just on average, because there are times when I have a lot more, entries, and other times where I don't. Today I had 3. I only took 2 because the one I missed, like right before I got on stream, but they all 3 won. So I would have hit my goal of, well, not 250, just because the other one I set the take profit like 6 ticks out. But either way, like, for me, my goal was to master scalping so I can get, $90 to $100 per trade, get a couple trades in each hour and 10-minute session, and go on about my day. I don't care about hitting home runs. A home run for me is building up my account to where I can take bigger size. But I'm also not going to do that before I'm at uncapped payouts anywhere, because that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why sit there and make 10,000 if I can only pull out 2? I don't need that big of a buffer. I just want to build it to where I have $1,000 buffer so that every time I withdraw money, I have at least $1,000 in there. Not much more than that. It doesn't make sense to build more than that. Maybe if you're on payout number 4 with Apex, you might start to push it a little bit more because you got 2 payouts until you're uncapped. But I don't see the point in building huge buffers ahead of time. And I think that helps to contribute to some people's gambling mentality as well. But yeah, base hits. And then also, like, now I still watch trades by Matt's recaps and stuff, and I know he has not been taking that many payouts lately, which does not matter. But if anybody watches trades by Matt, whether they watch him live, they watch his recaps every day or here and there, to just see his story of him taking out the 300K last year, just getting base hits. I think he was making like maybe $400 to $500 a day, which is kind of a lot. But even if you like half that, to be able to make $150,000 to $200,000, in a short period of time across 20 accounts, making $200 to $250 a day, like, why do we got to push for so much more? Again, I get it. Like, why not? The opportunity is there. But I just feel like the only time it makes sense for anybody to do that is if you're doing it with good risk management. Like, if you are doing really well, you have good edge, your strategy is working really well, you're building your accounts, and naturally over time you're increasing your contract size, but you're keeping the same risk management or whatever, you know, you're keeping your same risk percentage and stuff, okay, cool. But over leveraging just to get there is just so stupid, because 9 times out of 10 you're going to keep blowing your accounts and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. If you have multiple do groups of 3, so you're always, yeah, that's true too, Amelia. That is very true. Very, very true. Yeah, I like initially, I don't know if you guys remember, but initially I was like, yeah, you know, if I have too many PAs, you know, and I don't want to risk them all at the same time, then I'll start a certain group at, you know, 8:35, and then I'll start the other group at 9 o'clock, or trade one group the first half of my session, trade the other group the second half of my session. But honestly, after all this time, you know, by the time I get to that point of building up more accounts and stuff, it's because my strategy has been tried and true. I'm only adding accounts because I'm getting payouts and stuff. So for me, I don't, I feel comfortable going all or nothing, you know, risking all the accounts at one time. But I only think that that makes sense because I don't go on tilt. You know, I don't struggle with the psychological aspect of trading. So risking it all doesn't matter to me. And I also know my risk percentage. Like, I have a whole table of when I will increase contract size and, you know, different things like that. So I just feel like I would be safe a little bit. Only thing that can screw me is some tech issues. Knock on wood. We don't deal with that shit no more. But yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm done for the day. Let me show you guys the accounts. I wanna real quick, I wanna see what the 5-minute chart looks like, because does it still look nasty? It does. But at least I got some trades in, so that makes me happy. Oh, that's why I can't see that over there. Yeah, the volume's not very high today. We're at 170K, which is pretty low considering. But yeah, that's a pretty nasty chart. Look how big those wicks are. The wick of this candle is 30 points alone, just a wick. That wick is another 30 points. Yeah. Well, I'm green on a nasty day. Who can be mad at that? But yeah, we'll see how the rest of the week goes. Like I said, I probably won't. Well, I got to trade the TPT account at least once or twice. But depending on how far I get with the rest of this conversion tonight, I might start at least trading this with the Apex accounts tomorrow, and possibly even the TPT account as well. We'll see. Monday garbage. I feel like whenever there's no news on a Monday, it's just nasty. And then it's like we came off of 2 half days. You would think that coming off of 2 half days, we would have some movement today. Like, oh, everybody was on vacation. They, you know, nobody was trading. So all the volume is going to come into. No. But all right, so the 2 trades, basically a full take profit and a partial take profit. I am back to full drawdown on this account, which is really nice. And then I'm up 223 in it. So I'm just gonna take it slow on the account. I'm only a week into trading the account, so I still have 3 weeks left on it. So there's no reason for me to like completely push it. I'm not really worried about it. I just want to try to make sure that I pass it before it renews again in 3 weeks. So we'll see. Yeah, I would when I was so I always at the beginning of every week I have like a little sheet where I write all the news down, and then I also track my, this is why I said like I can't be one of those people with like 40, 50 accounts, because it would be impossible for me to do this in a physical journal at least. But I always write down like all the news for the week, and then I track my balances for each account each day. And as I was writing down the news, I was like, oh, well, there's nothing Monday, Tuesday, or Friday during my session. And then there's only low impact news on Wednesday and Thursday of my session. So I just accidentally, but yeah, so hopefully the rest of the week's not like this, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go take me a nap and then play around with this indicator, because like I said, I do feel like I'm gonna like looking at the raw data a lot more than I will like looking at Delta. And then probably the only thing I would really care about is just making sure, you know, the delta is positive or negative kind of thing, but not actually caring what the number is. And it'll actually be kind of cool if it works out this way, because from what I can see, the delta is painting the exact same as the other indicator that I use. Is painting that same way inside of the table. Like these numbers here are the same as here. So who knows, I might actually like just looking at a table a lot more, because I won't have to keep looking back and forth. However, I will still have to have a second order flow indicator off to the side, because I do need to see where the point of control is and if it's a trap or a continuation. So that's the only thing that kind of sucks a little bit. But other than that, I think I'm gonna like this. Trenches, don't tell me we got action. I needed action 30 minutes ago. That's when I needed action. This. Yeah. We didn't get down to your level though, right? You said you wanted to short below 890. Right when I said that, you wrote it. Yep, still not at 890 though. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be giving away a PA tomorrow. So if you guys are in any Discords where people like to, participate in giveaways, feel free to let people know that I will be giving away a 50 or 100K PA tomorrow during the stream. So yeah, I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:45 Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.